Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetools.com, and today we have the Oppo R1 with us. The Oppo R1 have these specifications. As you can see, this phone is running Android 4.2. It has a 1.3 GHz quad-core processor. We have other specification like it is a dual SIM phone, and it supports micro SIM and dual standby as far as the connectivity is concerned for the SIM cards. So micro SIM cards will be supported when it comes to the two SIM cards. When it comes to the weight, it is around 140 gram, which is fairly light for a phone of this size, I would say. The thickness of the phone is also pretty good. It is around 7.9 millimeter, which does make it pretty good in terms of the overall thickness, I would say. The build quality of the phone is definitely amazing. You have metal on the edges, which is aluminum. It does give this device a very good premium look, and also it make this device pretty good in terms of the overall build quality and the form factor as well. It gives it a very nice finish. As far as the back side is concerned, the back side is glass and the front is again glass. So this phone, in terms of the overall look and feel, looks very much premium. However, this phone has been showcased here in India at the Oppo N1 launch, which has been launched for a price of 39,999, whereas this device, the Oppo R1, is only being showcased and the pricing is yet unknown. So we are not sure about what is going to be the pricing on this device or the availability of this, but let me just give you an overview of this device and in terms of the specifications and what you can actually expect from this device. So in terms of the overall form factor, this device is fairly light. It is only 140 grams, which makes it one of the lightest phone in this particular form factor. When it comes to the display size which we have on this device is a 5-inch display, which looks pretty good, and it does give you a nice form factor when you're holding one hand, although it may not be used with one hand all the time because you cannot reach all the parts of the screen very easily, but still this is better than the other 5-inch phone which we have seen in the market. As far as the front display is concerned, the front display is protected with a Corning Gorilla Glass. You have a 720p display on this device, which gives you a pixel density of around 294 pixels per inch, and it is also running with a custom Cyanogen mod as far as the launch is concerned. So it will come with preloaded custom Cyanogen mod as far as the software is concerned. When it comes to the internal storage, you have 16 GB of internal storage on this device, and you have 1 GB of RAM, and we will just show you how much of that as far as the internal storage is available and how much of the RAM is actually available. About the hardware and the specification and connectivity of the ports, at the bottom you have the micro USB port for data syncing and charging. You have a primary mic over here. You have loudspeaker which is placed at the bottom, which is a very nice design, I would say. Over here you have the slot for the micro SIM, and over here you have the power and sleep key. On the top you have the 3.5mm audio jack. Here you have a secondary mic for noise cancellation. We have an LED flash at the back camera. The back camera is an 8 megapixel camera, autofocus supported, and tap to focus is also supported. You have the volume rocker, which is a metallic button. So the overall build quality of this device is definitely premium. As far as the primary mic is concerned, the primary mic is over here, and you have the touch capacitive buttons which are there on the front, on the bottom, which will light up whenever you use them. When it comes to the top, you have the proximity and ambient light sensors over here. You have the nice metallic earpiece behind the glass display, and you have the proximity ambient light sensor over here. Sorry, this is the proximity and ambient light sensors, whereas this is the front camera. So the front camera on the device is a 5 megapixel camera, and we are not sure whether it is an autofocus camera or not. So talking more about the specifications of this device is running on a MediaTek MT6582 chipset. It has a quad-core 1.3 GHz processor inside. You have accelerometer sensor, gyro sensor, proximity sensor as well. This should be kind of rightly priced as far as Indian market is concerned, although the Oppo N1 is definitely quite highly priced, I would say, in terms of the overall price. The battery on this device is 2410 milliampere, and again the battery is non-removable. This phone is a unibody design. You cannot remove the battery. You can only insert a micro SD memory card. Sorry, not micro SD memory card, but a SIM card, a micro SIM card inside this device, although there is no support for micro SD memory card to expand the storage of the device. As far as the UI is concerned, it is running Cyanogen mod, custom UI, which is definitely going to offer you a large number of options. You have all these applications which are coming preloaded on this device. As far as the preloaded applications concerned, you have application for data monitoring, you have application for power management, so that you get more battery backup. The overall custom UI, the icon design is looking very good on this device as far as the UI is concerned. Everything is customized in terms of the overall interface. The version of Android which is running on the device is 4.2.2. You have a quad-core 1.3 GHz processor. The RAM which is available on the device out of 1 GB is 966 60.53 MB, and then you have the user available memory is around 9.91 GB available, although the total memory which you get on this device available to the user or to the system is 10.23 GB. And let me just show you the storage part of it as well to give you more details about the storage. So here we have the storage section, and the storage section you can see that you have 9.91 GB available to the user, out of which around 326 MB of memory is being used, and you have system storage available which is 2.96 GB on which the operating system is installed. And then you have the option of selecting the preferred install location. However, you can actually decide in between the system storage or the phone storage where you would like to install applications, or set it to system default, but you do not have the option of micro SD memory card on this device, so you won't be able to install applications on the micro SD memory card as far as the another storage for applications is concerned, or in case you want to expand the storage, you cannot do that on this device as far as the storage is concerned. Let me take a look over the RAM scenario. So as far as the RAM is concerned, these are all the applications which are running on the device. These are all the applications which are installed. So you can easily uninstall the application directly from here under the application section, but you won't be able to see how much of RAM is actually available to the user. Under the application section, you need to go to the about phone. Some additional gestures which are supported on this device as far as taking screenshot is concerned, you can actually slide your 3 fingers over the touchscreen and you can actually take the screenshot of any screen you want to. One more thing which you can do, I don't know whether it is supported on this device, let me just turn off the display. So if you make a O, it should launch the camera. You can do this on the Oppo N1, but on R1 it looks like it is not supported somehow. When it comes to the other things which you can do when you are on the home screen, you can actually do this. You can control the volume of the device with the help of your 2 fingers, which is now one more gesture which is supported on this device is that you can actually use 4 of your fingers and you can do this to launch the camera. This is how you can actually launch the camera on the device. Now taking a look over the camera UI, this is how the camera UI look like, and you can easily take a photo like this by tapping on the screen. You do have tap to focus and autofocus is also supported. Let me just take a photo from the 8 megapixel rear camera on this device so that you can get an idea about the photo clarity when you take a photo in daylight or with some good amount of light which we have on this device as of now. So let me just take this photo again. So just as I take a photo, this is how the overall quality of the photo will look like. The overall quality of the photo looks good in terms of the colors as well as in terms of the amount of details it has captured. So the camera seems to be pretty good on this device as far as the rear camera is concerned. Let me just show you the view from the front camera as well. And this is how the view will look like from the front camera. This is how the front camera UI look like. As you can see, this is the view from the front camera, and the front camera feed looks very good. You can do a good quality video chat from the front camera. You can record high definition video both from the front camera as well as from the rear camera. You do have large number of photo modes also supported on this device as far as the camera is concerned. So GPS navigation works perfectly fine on this device. You just need to check this option to use the GPS navigation on this device. When it comes to the tethering option, you do have support for portable Wi-Fi hotspot. So you can create a portable Wi-Fi hotspot by sharing the 3G internet on this device. You have support for USB tethering as well. You have support for Bluetooth tethering as well. Although NFC is not supported on this device, you do have Bluetooth, Wi-Fi as well. 3G is supported. And when it comes to other options, you have gesture motion supported as well. So with the help of the proximity sensor over here, you can do a lot more. You can take a screenshot of the screen by just doing like this. You can actually launch the camera as well by doing it like this. As we already showed you, you have glove mode as well. So you can, the touchscreen is kind of sensitive to the finger touch. You can use it with gloves as well. You have multiple finger gestures on the camera UI which you can launch. The camera UI, you have flip to mute, proximity related sensors, gestures are also there. You have screen off gestures as well. You can actually do a double tap on the lock device to actually wake up the phone. So let me show you the messaging application. This is how the messaging application look like, which is again customized in terms of the overall look and feel. This is how it looks like. You have the QWERTY keyboard over here, which does support continuous typing, as you can see, and this was not supported on the Oppo N1 even. And you have support for continuous typing or swipe to type on this device. You have swipe pre-installed on this device as far as the keyboard is concerned, which is definitely a very good thing. Maybe because of that, it is supporting the continuous input swipe to type. When it comes to the key size, the key size are pretty big to type. You will not face any problem on this device. This is a 5-inch display device, so looks pretty good as far as the 5-inch display is concerned. The overall display is a IPS LCD display, and it gives you pretty good viewing angle session. You can see the display from extreme angles without any issues, which is also a good thing. So the overall display angles on this device, the viewing angles are quite wide, which does make this display quite good. to look at from extreme viewing angles. Taking a look over the phone dialer, this is how the phone dialer look like, which is exactly the same phone dialer which we have seen on the Oppo N1 as well. Although this phone dialer does not give you any option of making a video call directly from here. We have the sound settings. As you can see, under the sound settings you can control over the different sound notifications which you have. You can turn on and turn on the sound for different things, like touch sounds can be disabled, screen lock sound can be disabled, power on and power off sound can be disabled. When it comes to the display, you have support for the automatic brightness as well on this device because of the proximity and ambient light sensor. Actually because of the ambient light sensor, but proximity sensor is also there. When it comes to the wallpaper, you have different kind of wallpaper supported. Video wallpapers is not supported, but you do have different kind of screen lock style. You can actually set different wallpapers for the lock screen as for the home screen. These are like home screen which we have on this device, and when it comes to increasing these home screen, you can have maximum 9 home screen on this device, which is definitely a good thing. So in terms of the overall UI, the kind of UI it has, it is definitely give you a large number of options in terms of customization which you can do. You have different kind of widgets which are supported on the device. You have different kind of UI customization which you can do. You do have support for Java as well. The GPS navigation is supported with the help of assisted GPS. You have FM radio also company installed, which also is available on the Oppo N1 as well. So FM radio app is also there. You have accelerometer sensor, gyro sensor, proximity sensor. We will tell you about the details of the other sensors as well later on. When we talk about the features, and as far as the camera is concerned, you have support for panorama mode, you have support for HDR mode. Face detection is also supported from the rear camera. These are the different video modes which are there on this device. As far as the video resolution is concerned, you can record high definition video at 720p only from the rear camera. The rear camera is an 8 megapixel camera with LED flash over here. The front camera is a 5 megapixel camera on this device. Comes to some pre-installed application which you get on this device. You also have a system update application which will allow you to update the version of Android over the air. So you have over the air updates coming on this device. As far as Android version is concerned, the new version of Android is concerned, you have backup and restore application which comes pre-installed. You have camera application, you have video application. So you have a large number of custom application with custom UI and the custom icon as well. So in terms of the look and feel, this device looks one of the best devices as far as the Android look is concerned. Because when we take a look over the storage, as far as the storage is concerned, you have around 9.9 plus 2.96 GB, approximately 13 GB available to the user on the 16 GB phone storage. And when it comes to the preferred install location, the internal memory is divided into two parts. One is the phone storage and second is the system storage. You can either install applications on any of these two storages. As you can see over here, the user available memory is 9.9 GB, which is the phone storage. As far as the price of the Oppo R1 is concerned, we are not sure about the exact price. This device will come soon to India, but we are not sure whether it will come and when it will come. Basically, it will definitely come. As far as the overall specifications are concerned, this device seems to be a good device in terms of the overall hardware specification, in terms of the build quality. The camera is also very good on this device, but again, you can only record high definition videos at 720p from the back camera. The front camera can also record video at 720p, but again, you cannot record high definition video at 1080p on this device, which is not a very good thing. But in terms of the overall custom UI it offers, the kind of application it offers, you have different applications come pre-installed on this device. You have different games as well which come from Gameloft, which come pre-installed. You have a large number of applications and games which come pre-installed. The overall custom UI is definitely going to give you a large number of options and large number of things you can do with this phone. You have different kind of gestures supported on this device which we demoed you, which we showed you during this review. So do let us know if you have any specific question for the Oppo R1. We would love to help you. You can like this video. This video help you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.